This is the account that Eleanor Gray Tudor married Henry Tudor, and she gives, okay, here's this. Okay, so these are, this is all of what she gave to me.
Who gave?
Eleanor Tudor.
Okay. Along with the bean.
She didn't give the bean to me. She and Henry died, and their son Owen Tudor also died, but their daughter begins with a D. Maybe Dorothy, maybe Doris. I don't know. I can't remember her name. She lived in Vermont, and she didn't want the beam, and she didn't want the house.
This is the log cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so she was going to sell it, and it seemed a pity to have the beam just go with the house to total strangers who had no connection. So she was the one who gave the beam to us, and it sat for a couple of years out in the barn. I mean, it is, 300-year-old, 400-year-old oak.
Right.
And I thought, and after we built the big room, the porch, when Sarah, I guess it was around the time Sarah was born, we thought, wow, well, we've got a big space, because before then, the house was very small.
Right.
Why not
hang
it? And I thought, oh, well, just get a couple of guys to come and screw it up. It's not using any structural, providing any structure to the area, but anyway. And it turned out that even though it's 400 years old, that oak is unbelievably heavy. And it took, I forget how many guys, carpenter friends, who wheeled it out of, or not wheeled it, but took it out of the barn in the snow. So they dragged it out on sledges and then came around to the back and eventually got it up in. And I remember they had it on these huge chains to lift it up, and at one point the chain slipped, and it looked as if we were going to have a couple of dead carpenters on our hands. It was quite scary, but eventually it got up there. But that's how we got it. But anyway, Eleanor Tudor had already given this account, and I've got this is the copy that I made because her thing was so fragile that I didn't want to pass that around. But anyway, it's pretty interesting.
So it's been all over?
What?
The history, this is from where it started, or where?
No, it started on the Isle of Anglesey.
In a Tudor mansion, in a...
where the original Owen Tudor, who, they've been in the family, eventually, as she talks about it here, actually, this is a delightful thing. Why don't you read this?
Yeah, okay. Is there a translation from the Gaelic that's on there or not?
No.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's Latin.
Latin.
And it says the most wonderful thing. Oh, maybe it is from the Gaelic. It has the most wonderfully appropriate thing on it that says, "Except the Lord buildeth the house, he laboreth in vain who build it." And I thought, what more perfect thing for an architect to have. So it all worked out very well. Unless the Lord shall build a house, in vain will they labor who build it. Oh, it's a psalm
Uh-huh.
from, oh, they, in Latin is carved along the top and bottom